Hello friends, we'll be discussing the concept of features of monopoly here. Now, monopoly as a situation or rather as a competitive market, you cannot call it as a competitive market basically, but as a market you can understand there is only one seller and there are many buyers. That situation is known as monopoly situation here. Now, what are the features of it? Let's understand that part. The term monopoly means a single seller. In economics, this term refers to a firm the product of which has no close substitutes in the market. When do we call any firm being a monopolistic firm? We call that firm a monopoly firm when its product are not available with any other resource. That means there are no substitute for that specific product. Hence, such things are known as monopolic market. Now, in that sense, it is in that sense a single firm industry. It's a single firm which comprises of the industry. So if you have to term the industry of this monopoly, there will be only one firm, that is A. That's how exactly monopoly works. Mono means single and poly means seller, single seller. It means single seller. According to Professor A.J. Braff, under pure monopoly, there is a single seller in the market. This is what they have derived. The monopolistic demand in the market is market demand. So, whatever demand in the market is there, that demand under this market can be known as monopolistic demand. The monopolist is a price maker. Basically, he's the price maker. In perfect competition, you used to understand that market is the price taker here, or rather the consumer is the price giver and the firm itself is a price taker because the market defines the price. Here, the seller itself will decide the price here and he will be the price taker and rather price maker as well. He will make the price, he will take the price. That's how he functions. So pure monopoly suggests a no substitute situation. That's a clear cut indication towards it. Now, when you're understanding the features, there are several features of monopoly. Some of the main features are given as follows: single seller and large number of buyers. The basic assumption of monopoly is single seller and large number of buyers for sure. In monopoly firm, it is also an industry. There is no difference between the firm and industry because there is only one seller or the producer. Firm's demand curve is also the demand curve of the industry. So whatever firm's demand curve is there, that will be the demand curve of the industry here. Because of the assumption of large number of buyers, an individual buyer cannot affect the price. Here, the first point states that this specific person is only one person who is going to manage the whole thing, who is going to manage the whole industry. So, if a firm or rather a firm is there, this is equivalent enough to the industry itself. This person will decide what the price is. He is the single seller, and the whole market will be the person or rather will have to agree to that price. They cannot influence. One buyer cannot completely influence the price or rather price of the product which is stated by the firm here. Hence, it is one buyer and large number of, or rather one seller and large number of buyers here. Now, the next feature speaks about no close substitutes. Monopoly is a situation whereby single seller, with single seller we understand that there is no close substitute. If there is any close substitute here, it can turn into perfect competition. The second assumption of the monopoly is that there is no close substitute to the product produced by monopolist. If the close substitutes are available, then the monopoly cannot exist. If at all there are close substitutes that are available with us, then there can be no monopoly that will exist here. Monopoly can only exist when the cross elasticity of the product produced by the monopolist is equal to zero. Monopoly can only exist when the cross elasticity. So basically, there are no cross substitutes. This is what they are saying. No cross elasticity, no cross substitutes which are equivalent to zero. So if there is cross elasticity, that means any given point of time, you understand there is one such person who can look into such details or rather who can create certain product. Only then it can be called as cross elasticity is greater than zero. But if there is no one, it is equivalent to zero itself. Now, in the absence of a substitute product, the monopolist is free to fix the price of his choice. The monopolist is completely free to fix the choice of his price. He can refuse to sell these products for the price below one decided by him. He can absolutely refuse. कि tomorrow if I don't have to sell this product at a price which is already termed as 100, no one can force me. If I am the monopolistic seller, no one can force me to sell it below 100. You want to take it, you take it at 100 or else leave it. You can go somewhere else, find the product, because there will be no product in the market that will give you, or rather that will give you the similar kind of products here. No one in the market that will give you this product. This is the kind of assurance that they give. Now, strong barriers on entry of the firm. New firms are not basically allowed to enter this market. Irrespective of the profit income of the existing producers, whatever profit he may be earning less profit or more profit, no new firms cannot enter this industry. Hurdles to the entry may be on the account of various reasons. There may be legal barriers that they might have to fulfill, or the producers may own a technology or a naturally occurring substance which cannot avail of it. That means the technology or the natural substance, natural factor, what that specific seller is having cannot be owned by any other else, cannot be availed by any other else. Hence, he has the upper control on this. It is also possible that the size of the market may be too small and no new firm may find it economically worthwhile. There can also be situation whereby the size of the market that this seller is catering to is very small, that any new company or rather any new firm can enter that competition and think of sustaining it, because it may not be economically good enough for that specific firm to enter this kind of monopolistic competition and gauge certain details. So this is, or rather these are the kind of features of monopoly that we have discussed with you. There are several features, but these are the three most important features that you need to understand. So these are the features of monopoly market. That's it for the video. Thank you.